Good morning. Getting a little bit of a late start over here today, but hope everyone and trust everyone is doing well. Thanks for coming to practice. Wanted to give you an update. Our candle, which I relit yesterday, um, burned all through the night. It burned steadily and the whole thing burned. Now we just have like a lump of wax here in the dish. And I'm going to look at it a little bit more closely for some divination. But one thing that I see really clearly in the wax is the figure of someone wearing some kind of a tall, flat crown, kind of like Aphrodite here, and holding a scepter. I'm going to try to show it to you. It is right. Okay. Okay, let's see if I can get it to where you can see it. Let's see. Okay. Okay. There. Do you see her? There she is, holding her scepter. And similar to here, I'll show you here as well. Can you see the figure holding the scepter in her hand? And I'll show you. Morning, maybe this is bonsai over here. Do you see the tall headdress with topped with this sort of rectangular shape and then holding some kind of a scepter? So, hi there. So, I feel like she's with us. The headdress is what really does it for me. At the end of practice today, I'll take a photo and I'll post it in the comments on the Goddess Temple app and on Facebook so you can see the shape of the headdress. And so, good morning. Here we have Devora and Willow and Natalie Rose. Natalie will be chanting for I think it's your mother-in-law today. Hello, Pinsihua. Maybe I'm saying that wrong. I'm so sorry if I am. And Adriana, hi. And Stacy and Josephine, hi. Yeah, Stacy's like, wow. Yeah, that's what I thought too. It was really clear. So I felt like that was a very interesting manifestation that we had the first day where the phallic shape went completely down, burned completely down, and all we were left was the goddess holding her arms out like this. And then, oh, the S is like a J. Oh, okay. Pinhingua. Maybe that's better. Thank you for telling me. I appreciate it. And if I'm wrong, let me know. But if so, we had her here. Then today we have this little figurine emerging holding her scepter. Hey, Red Fox. Yeah, so very interesting and revealing kind of divination that shape and her head is so perfect. So I'll take a photo and I'll post it so you can have a closer look. And you can let me know if you see anything else in the wax for the divination. Okay. So now we're sans Aphrodite candle, but that's okay. I'll remedy that in the next day or so. We'll have a new candle. So let's go ahead and just collect ourselves for a moment and then begin. In the Goddess Temple app, I issued a little challenge for us, if you're a devotee of Aphrodite, to please try to memorize the Sibling hymn to Aphrodite, which can be found in the devotion section of the app. And I had a really great question about it. Somebody asked if this Sibling hymn, like what was the history of it? Where did it come from? I think when I look at it in side-by-side comparison to the Orphic hymn to Aphrodite, it appears to be a translation of the Orphic hymn to Aphrodite by Virginia Stewart Avalon. Good morning, Christy. But she's taken some artistic license in the interpretation. It's quite similar to the traditional translations of the Orphic hymn that one sees, which are all fairly close to each other. But this one is a bit more florid and a bit more expansive, and I love it. So I think it's a combination of Virginia Stewart Avalon's in translation and interpretation of the ancient Greek. Both times a goddess figure arose from the genitalia candle. Hail Aphrodite, yes. Hail Aphrodite genitalis. So, all right, let's now dive in to the Sibylline hymn. Ethereal, illustrious, laughing queen, born of the sea and lover of the night, mother of longing, all connecting, who joins the world in harmony. All things spring from you, O divine power. The triple fates are ruled by your decree. All the works of craft and love yield to your hand. With a smile, O Aphrodite, you sway the all encircling heavens, the fruitful earth and the storming oceans. All obey you, all are awed by you, companion of the brumal god, beautiful goddess of marriage, mother of love, lover of the banquet, source of persuasion, who grants secret favors. Illustrious born, seen and unseen, gentle lover, Lupercal, who smiles upon mortals, prolific, most desired life giver, wielder of the scepter of all the immortals, you bind mortals and every tribe of beasts in magic chains of mad desire. Come, lovely Cyprian, and bless these rites, whether radiant in the heavens or presiding in the temples of Syria, guiding your golden chariot over the sacred floods of Egypt, or dancing on the azure shores by the billowing seas with circling choirs of mortals and beauteous nymphs with cerulean eyes, or riding out along the dusty banks renowned of old, or if on Mount Shasta, where your priestesses bring you offerings at Heart Lake, or if in Kypris, with your fair mother, where married women yearly come to praise you, and the pure virgins sing hymns to you and to Adonis, come, divine union, for you I call, with holy, reverent mind. Internalizing a vivid and luscious prayer like that one can have a tremendous effect. Today's card is Guardian Angel. Guardian Angel. A peasant girl carries a basket while strolling along a woodland path. Daylight is fast diminishing, and a heavy mist shrouds the landscape beyond. She pauses, as if in a moment of quiet recognition. Perhaps she can sense the presence of her guardian angel above. Her guardian angel holds pink carnations associated with the tenderness of motherly love. They may be destined as a symbolic offering to be placed in the empty basket below. The word angel derives from the Greek word angelus, or it would be angelos, meaning messenger, as God's emissary angelus. It's a G in some, because they say Yea for Gaia. So angelus, meaning messenger, as As God's emissaries, angels are vehicles of unconditional love and service to humanity. In particular, guardian angels are thought to guide and protect the onward journey of the soul during its sojourn toward the divine. Guardian angels can take a myriad of forms which reflect the consciousness of the individual at any given time. For some, the vision of their angel, whether seen, heard, or felt, remains fixed, but for others, it changes. The presence of this card indicates a need for reassurance, direction, or protection, and invites you to enter the silence and connect with your own guardian angel. Raise the vibration of your request by being mindful of the quality of your thoughts and questions, as this in turn affects the response you will be given. Be patient and listen carefully, as our angels often communicate in unexpected ways, but always in accordance with the perfection of divine timing. In my particular belief system, my personal religion of one, there's kind of the layer of humanity, and then there's the layer of divinity, and these are simultaneous to each other. And between that, there is this layer of the unseen and holy, but not necessarily the same as the deity. And I feel like there's a whole host of different types of beings that live in that layer. And even as I'm describing it as layers, they're not layers, it's one, but it's best to understand it, in order to understand it, I describe it as layers. In that layer, there's all these different kinds of energies and entities, and they manifest to us in ways that we can receive them. So, for somebody who believes in angels, or somebody who believes in ascended masters, or somebody who believes in bodhisattvas, or somebody who believes in fairies, or whatever, of course, each of these types of beings are distinct and they arise from within the locus of a particular culture or tradition, but they all inhabit that layer of the unseen world, the world that is unseen yet perceived. And so, I don't really myself spend a lot of time in the kind of church mythology about angels, kind of that's not really where I spend a lot of my time researching or in my devotion, but I have done a little research about it. And actually, what's really interesting about the angelic realm is that it is bizarre and terrifying. Like, there's an angel that's made up, it's like that looks like an enormous wheel covered in eyes. I think we have kind of a new age idea of what a guardian angel is that's very soft and tender, like the depiction in this. But in the traditional literature around angels, there's some that are quite ferocious and terrifying. And I think it's important for us to remember that in that unseen yet perceived layer of reality, there's a lot of space for interpretation. So today, let's really spend a little time thinking about, whether you believe particularly in angels or not, who are those guardian and protector spirits, the unseen ones that you perceive, but you maybe don't see. They might not have physical form. But, even as I say that, they might have physical form. There might be a being on earth who manifests in physical form exactly the guidance, tenderness, protection, and care that you need. And that can be an angel, a person who is angelic toward you. Or it might be that for you, a pet that went on is your angel. Um, Yeah, Natalie Rose says, I've read and heard Catholic researchers that have said angels are not the shining entities that we perceive they are. Yeah. And Marvell says, my guardian works overtime. I am grateful. Exactly. At the end of the day, I think each of us, however we perceive angels, we have guardians and guides who help us in the unseen yet perceived realm. And whatever shape that being takes, let's today spend some time communing and asking for that protection, asking for that help, asking for that love, asking for that connection and commitment. I think that is going to ultimately be the best way for us to make our, you know, heart offering into that realm. And further, just going back to this thing I was saying before, I actually really do believe that the animals that come into our lives in this world that have a special kind of connection with our hearts are then they are like little angels that have come into our lives in physical form, and that then they go beyond into another form, but that they still are with us and protecting us. And yesterday my friend Claire, who I know from Herbal Symposium, posted that her cat, Tati, died. And this is the cat that before Claire was diagnosed with a life threatening cancer that she had to fight really hard, her cat Toddy came and would sit literally right next to her and right on the place that ultimately she ended up having the tumor. And I think it was her head, and would sit and like wrap herself right there. And Claire knew to even go to a doctor, because Claire and I, we're herbalists. We don't really go to doctors very often unless we have to, but the way that she knew to go to the doctor was because her little angel cat had come and let her know something was wrong. And to me, that is like one of the more angelic instances of manifestation I've ever heard in my life. So yesterday, Tati died. So today, we're going to chant for Claire and for Tati that that little spirit will come back in some way, in spirit form or in a message, and give Claire comfort. And that we would say thank you to this angelic little cat for helping guard her cat mom. And of course, I think, as always, as we've been doing, let's hold for all of the guardian and protector spirits that can assist the people of Ukraine to please be there. And in fact, that all of the deceased who have been so cruelly and viciously murdered there will find peace in the arms of their protectors as well. So that's our short bit for today, if that's what you were here for. Yes, and all the zoo cats being put down, says Josai. Yes. And Natalie says, yeah, we love our angel kitties and angel dogs too, right? Yeah. Thank you for saying so. And yeah, let's hold all of that today. 100, we're going to get up and we're going to say our prayers and we're going to get into it. We're going to do our chanting. Okay. And let's take refuge. Namo Guru Be. I take refuge in the inner teacher. Namo Buddhaye. I take refuge in the great mother of compassion. Namo Dharmaye. I take refuge in the wisdom of the ages. Namo Sanghaye. I take refuge in the community of practitioners. And let's set our intention for Claire and Tati, for all of those wonderful little beings in our lives that have been there for us, and also for all of those now who are being put down, all of those lost to the wages of war. And of course, as always, every day until this conflict is over, holding space for all of those who are suffering under this terrible, terrible, unjust war. And let's recite the Four Immeasurables. May I be a source of loving kindness in this world and all worlds, bringing a generous heart to all my thoughts and doings. May I be a vehicle of compassion in this world and all worlds, ever mindful and aware of the tremendous suffering of others. May I be a brimming vessel of joy in this world and all worlds, delighting in the happiness of others as their suffering is alleviated. May I be a balance point of equanimity in this world and all worlds, seeing all as equals and all as deserving of goodness. I light this candle as a symbol of the enlightening Dharma way. May it shine brightly for the benefit of all beings. I light this incense as an offering to Guan Xiyin, she who hears the cries of the world, mother of all. Om Ahum. 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 Reverently, I prostrate with my body, speech, and mind, and present clouds of every type of offering, actual and virtual. I confess all my destructive actions accumulated since beginningless time, and rejoice in the meditation of all holy and ordinary beings. Please, Guan Yin, remain until the end of samsaric existence, and turn the wheel of Dharma for sentient beings. I dedicate my own merits and those of others to the great enlightenment. Let's chant 108 recitations of Namo Guan Shi and Pu Sa, calling out to Guan Yin and asking her to please manifest for us the signs that we need, so that we know that our unseen helpers are here and listening. Let's chant 108 recitations of Namo Guan Shi and Pu Sa, calling out to Guan Yin and asking her to please manifest for us the signs that we need, so that we know that our unseen helpers are here and listening. Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa, 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 Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa. Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa, 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 Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa. Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa, 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 Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa. Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa, 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 Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa. Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa, 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 Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa. Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa, 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 Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa. Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa, 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 Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa. Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa, 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 Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa. Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa, 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 Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa. Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa, 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 Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa. Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa, 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 Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa. Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa, 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 Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa. Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa, Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa, Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa, Namo Guanxi Yin Pusa. And our prayer to Yeshet Sogil. Ying Chuktaki Somo Kartansa Dusum Kunchen Pema Junye Ki Sangso Dupo Dechen Sogyamar So Wadeb So Chuktun Nudrup So. Mother of Space, foremost of Dakinis, Lady Karchen Sa, gatherer of the secret treasury of Padmakara, knower of all past, present, and future, Mother Tsogyal, great bliss queen, to you we pray. Grant us cities, ordinary and supreme. Ying Chuktaki Somo Karchen Sa, Dusum Kunchen Pema Junyeki, Sangso Dupo Dechen Sogyamar, So Wadeb So Chuktun Nutrup So. And 108 recitations of Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum, 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 Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum, 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 Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum, 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 Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum, 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 Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum, 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 Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum, 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 Om Mani Padme Hum. 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 And let's give thanks for our teachers. May all of my blessed teachers enjoy long, happy, healthy, productive lives and great support for their good works. May all beings benefit from their wisdom. May they enjoy a swift and happy rebirth. And long life prayer for Lamadeichen Yeshiwangmo. Om Sosti. Through the powerful blessings of the immortal Pema Jungye and his consort, may the three secret powers of the Dakini of supreme bliss, Yeshiwangmo, be utterly sacred and secret, and may wait, no. Let me go ahead and start again. Om Sosti. Through the powerful blessings of the immortal Pema Jungye and his consort, may the three secret qualities of the Dakini of supreme bliss, Yeshiwangmo, be utterly stable, and may the light of her activities shine on the lotus groves of the teachings and of beings, so that they blossom in radiant splendor. And let's dedicate the merit. May the merit of this practice and all of my activities be of endless benefit to all beings in all realms, beginningless and continuous. May all obstacles be overcome and suffering cease at the sound of liberation. May all beings be free from suffering and its causes. May all beings have happiness and its causes. May we carry the essence of Guanyin in our hearts. Namo Guanxin Pusa. And we close with a bow to Guanyin, bow to one another, and a bow to the inner teachers. Sorry that I messed up that prayer. I got my S words tongue twisted. I'll post at the end of the video, once everything's loaded, a photo of the figurine, and I'll put it so that you can see the photo of the Aphrodite statue in the background because the similarity is striking. I hope everybody has a beautiful day, that you can find that connection with those beings that assist you and support you in your life and in your activities, and that you can feel that quality of angelic presence, whatever you envision that to be. Be back tomorrow. Bye-bye.